Is owning stock the gift that keeps on giving? With easy access to markets, Stockpile wants you to build wealth one step at a time. Can this private player bring new investors into the public markets?
Have stocks gone totally out of style with the younger generation? We're seeing more and more research that shows millennials simply don't seem to trust the stock market and have very little desire to invest in publicly traded companies. Personally, though, I think there's something else going on here, something other than hostility to the entire asset class. Millennials live in a world where signing up for something is supposed to be easy. Put in a username and password, agree to the terms of service, and boom, you're done. From their perspective, even setting up a basic online brokerage account involves filling out a lot of forms and questionnaires, something that's regarded as a real pain in the neck by the point-and-click generation. Which brings me to Stockpile, a privately held company, remember, private, can't buy the stock, that now offers the world's first gift card for stocks. We've followed this company for a long time and its other guys. Basically, you give Stockpile your money, and then you can use it to buy fractional amounts of publicly traded stocks. Anyone can get a gift card, perfect for kids, or quickly open a Stockpile brokerage account to buy and sell these fractional shares for 99 cents a trade. In short, they're democratizing investing, making it easier to put your money in the market without having to cough up hundreds of dollars to pay for a single share of something like an Alphabet or an Apple. Could this platform help save the millennial generation from missing out on what I regard as the greatest engine of wealth creation in human history? Let's take a closer look with Avi Lele. He's the co-founder and CEO of Stockpile. Find out more about his business and how it's changing the investing landscape. Mr. Lele, welcome back to Mad Money.
Thanks,
Good to
Jim.
see
it's
you,
great
sir.
to be here.
All right, we've been following you ever since, we've been following Blackhawk for a long time. We happen to love the gift card market. Tell me how this company is doing, because it's privately held, we don't know, and who's doing the buying?
We're doing great, and I think we're doing great because we're making stock investing easy and affordable for people when it never has been that way. People are told all the time, start early,
right,
diversify, and do it for the long haul. But it's really hard to start early when you're young because you don't have a lot of money and you certainly don't know anything about the market. They don't teach it to you in school. And you can't walk into a traditional brokerage saying, hey, I got 50 bucks. How does the market work?
I know that we all do fantasy football, and there's different. When my daughter was in high school, they did little contests. I mean, this to me seems like such a better idea than the kind of on-paper contest. Let's get some skin in the game.
That's it. That's exactly it. Right. So I opened custodial accounts for my kids at another brokerage, a traditional brokerage. Yeah. And I could not. I put thousands of dollars in those accounts, and I just couldn't get them interested because I had the login, I had all the engagement, right, not much, right, and I got the statements. As soon as Stockpile came to be, and they opened Stockpile accounts, they had their own login. They could check in on their stocks. Right. They could buy things that they knew instead of mutual funds that were hard to grok, and they could place trades that came to my phone for approval. And all of a sudden, an engaging experience was born. Just a few $100s, but they had skin in the game.
Okay, so let's understand. If there's a stock that's a $900 stock, that does not mean you need $900 to buy a share.
That's the key. That's exactly right. So let's take Amazon.
Okay.
Amazon's a perfect example. Yeah. I come in and I want to buy Amazon, and I've got only $25. Right. So we can take that $25 and go buy one share of Amazon. We'll give you 0.025 shares if my math is right. And we'll keep the rest of that share in a Stockpile account ourselves.
Okay, so we see these cards where?
So these cards you can buy online at stockpile.com, or you can go to Target or Kroger or Safeway or lots of other places and buy them right off the gift card rack like any other gift card.
Now, my staff was telling me that there's a Halloween promotion that sounded very interesting.
Well, I was at my dentist a few weeks ago, and dentists hate giving out candy. Right. And he was thinking, boy, wouldn't it be neat if, and I told him about the company, right, and he said, wouldn't it be neat if I could give out $1 stock cards, to the trick-or-treaters? And so I'm sitting there looking over here and saying, well, Nike kind of goes well with Amazon, orange and black. You want to give those out? And so I think I live in Palo Alto, and there's kind of a feeling that, hey, instead of giving out treats in the form of candy and sugary sweets, why not invest in the kids' futures?
Now, What do you think is we were talking about the difficulty of opening an account, but is some of this, there's this ETFization, there's this notion that you can give your money and just do it all by algorithm. This is antithetical to that. Can it make a real comeback? Can individual stocks make a comeback?
I think so. I think that 86% of America is not invested in individual stocks. We're really in the market.
Boy, that's amazing, isn't it?
It's horrible, right? Because the last 8 years, right, the tide has been rising. The stock market's been doing well, but most of us don't feel rich, right? Because our ships have been in dry dock; they haven't been in the water. Right. And here, when you to get into the market, I think the easiest point of access is to invest in something you know, something that you love. And so, if you're an Apple fan, start investing in Apple. If you're a Nike fan, if you're a sports fan, invest in Nike. Now, that's the on-ramp. But once you're in, we have a whole series of lessons, mini lessons in our app that are designed to teach you, okay, start diversifying. Right. Start looking at ETFs because they're instant, great diversification. Start investing in maybe other country stocks to get some foreign exposure. So it's a starting point, but then it brings you in, and now you're not in dry dock.
Well, look, it's the essence of what we try to do on Mad Money, as you know, which is why I'm so glad that you're on. I think it's such a terrific idea. That's Avi Lele. He's the CEO of Stockpile. Yes, fractional shares. Get the kids interested and stick with Cramer. Booyah! Jim Cramer here from Mad Money. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube. Click here to subscribe and get the jump on my exclusives with CEOs, plus market news, investing advice, and a whole lot more.